so I'll take the corner. Hi y'all, welcome to my shop. Today we're going to turn a potpourri bowl. This is a great project because it's a little different style with a closed-in form. You don't have to get crazy about sanding the inside because you're going to use a potpourri, and if you put potpourri in it, they won't be able to stick their finger in it. So that's a nice little trick. This comes from a downed, fallen red oak tree in my backyard. Here's a picture of that tree. You can tell there wasn't a whole lot of usable wood, but I found a few scraps, and this had some nice spalting to it and nice color, so I thought it would look nice. I don't especially care for red oak sometimes because the smell is not real pleasant in your shop, and you really got to put something on your lathe bed. But this is a good project, and if you're starting to think about hollowing, this is a nice project to start using hollowing tools on, because with this very large opening, you can see what's going on with your tool. But in this case, it's going to have a larger opening. It's got a rather punky dead center, so we're going to go ahead and let me show you that. We're going to cut through that, and we'll still have a pretty good size blank for a. We're going to cut away just north of that. And because of the spalting in the sapwood that would disappear if we made this the bottom of the bowl, we're going to turn it around a little bit differently. We're going to make the top of the bowl so we can get this laying on the top. Okay, I cut the blank round on the bandsaw. Again, because of the sapwood's got some spalting in it, but it's in pretty good shape, I want that to lay on the top of the bowl. So as a result, that's going to be where the bowl opening is. So I went ahead and mark the center with this template, the same one I used to cut around it, with this awl. Put the awl away, and we're going to turn this lathe on very, very slow. And I'm just going to ease this on here until I get close, and then I'll turn loose. Put the lock on, turn this tight. And I'm hoping this is sapwood is strong enough to hold that screw chuck. I believe it will be. But to provide a little extra insurance, as I always recommend, always use a tailstock as long as you can. Okay, so I'm going to put this at about a 45-degree angle, where I'm going to cut at center. Press down, all tight, and we're ready to go. This is 6 inches, so I'm going to turn it up until it starts vibrating, or 1,000, whichever comes first. And a little over 800 is good. Stand out of line of fire. This is not the bowl gouge I want for that task, so I'm going to switch. I'm switching to one with a little bit more swept back grind. And again, I'm holding this firmly with my left hand down on the tool rest. I'm coming in, and this is a rough cut. It's not going to give me the best cut, but it'll be safe. I'm out of the line of fire. Turn that off, readjust the tool rest, get a little bit closer. Spin it, make sure it still clears. Come back here. Now I'm going to come back from the other direction. This bowl, rather than a regular traditionally shaped bowl, it's going to look a little bit more like an urn or a. It's going to have basically a closed-in top. That's why I can accommodate this. I'm going to come in from the back side here, just rough shape it. I'll worry about tuning it up when I get it reversed, but I want to at least get rid of some of this. Again, outside the line of fire, heading in the other direction from small to large. And that's pretty much the shape I'm looking for. I've got a little more bark to get rid of when I reverse it. Now we're going to go ahead and put a tenon on the bottom. And those that have seen me before, I use this technique for marking it. I'm going to come in with this decal gouge to make sure I've got a nice clean 90 degree. Here's the bevel. The bevel is actually parallel with the lathe bed. Here's just a little bit to start. And I'll come in from the bottom, slightly concave it just a little bit. Make sure those jaws will rest on the outside. I don't like to touch spinning wood. I just think that's an unnecessary hazard. So, I'm just going to nip off that corner. Because this is the center of the tree, and there was some rot further down the tree. I think I'm going to make this tenon just a little bit deeper. And that looks good. I like the color of this. I think this is going to be very nice. Now we go ahead and take that off. Now here's the challenge sometimes on a screw chuck is unmounting. Oh, but this is nice and round with lots of room to put my hands on it, so that worked out well. That paraffin didn't hurt any either. Alright, take out the woodworm screw. Make sure all the debris is cleared off of that tenon, and it is. Now I'm going to get the direction of the grain running up between the chuck jaws, and the reason why is that'll distribute the pressure of the four jaws evenly on the grain on all four sides by having the grain oriented in this direction right between those jaws. Now tighten it up a little bit, turn it, tighten it up again. I'm snugging it up. I don't want to make it as tight as I can, or I could shear off this. This is green wood, and this is probably not the strongest, so let's hope it'll hold it when I'm hollowing. But until then, now I'm just going to clean up this corner a little bit. I think I want to make a couple of beads, large beads on this, right here. And I'm going to go ahead and do that now, because when I start hollowing it, this green wood will start moving. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mark a couple of spots for beads with this V scraper. And then using my detail spindle gouge, I'm just going to round over these beads. In this direction. And I like that. I think that's good. I prefer not to have this bark here, but I think it's strong enough it'll hold, and I don't want to make the bowl much smaller. Now I'm going to go ahead and drill this out. At least I say drill it out. We're going to drill a depth hole. We'll go down as far as this will go. So using the hand drill, let's see if I can see that. You come in here and just go in little ways, clean it out, little ways, clean it out. And I've got a 5/16 inch that's just a bit longer. I'll go almost, and it'll jerk it in there, so I'm going to have to brace myself and be careful. Be aware, once you got a hole, it becomes very aggressive when you go after it with a slightly larger drill bit. Okay. Now the challenge on this shape, because it's almost like a hollow form, I'm going to try to use a bowl gouge as best I can. If I can, I may have to resort to hollowing tools. We'll see how it goes. And I think I want to reset up, move my tailstock, and slide this whole thing down so I can do this off the end of the lathe. Because the tailstock has a tendency to get in the way. So let me do that. Alright, so you can see this operation. This is handy. I slide that over there and then just roll it out of the way. Get my brush. Take this opportunity to kind of sweep off some of this shavings. And when I'm turning red oak, something I like to do is I like to coat the bed with a little WD-40. It seems to help. Oak is really, really bad about rusting. Just getting a little coat on there will help. Get my dust. Release the headstock lock. Slide this down. Lock it back nice and snug. And now I'm ready to go. Okay, I'm ready to start hollowing this out. I'm making sure I'm cutting on center. Spin it around. Looks good. The good news about having an orientation like this is I'm definitely out of the line of fire, and I've got really good good ergonomics here the way I'm standing.